Hey everybody, coming to you guys on a little bit of a dreary Sunday afternoon today. I was actually going to bring you a part two of the vinyl covered stair video, and through a comedy of errors, my partner went over to pick up all the supplies for the pool and managed to get back to the job site without the liner. Honest mistake, but we cannot pick it up on the weekends. So that is my new project for tomorrow morning, while some of my other guys run up to another pool to get some concrete poured. So it is kind of made the first of next week hectic. But anyway, so today what I'm going to show you guys here in just a couple minutes is video from our last training seminar. We had a training seminar a couple weeks ago, and it focused on vinyl liners. We touched on the monopores, you know, the pools that were eco-finishing. Kind of the evolution of that, but the pool that we did in training was a vinyl liner, and we were actually, the weather cooperated. It was very hot, but it didn't rain, and we were able to pour it day one. The floor was already down, and we poured the walls day one. Then I took everybody over to Roast Ready Mix. Everybody got to kind of get a good deal on bracing supplies, forming supplies, everything. We always do that in training. We take them over there because they are, again, the nationwide distributor on all Fab Form products now, as well as they've got thousands of Fox blocks in stock at all times from now on. So kind of a good resource for them. Go introduce them to everybody. And then day two, my boys had already stripped the forms while we were at Roast, or the bracing, sorry. And day two, we actually got the liner dropped. So I mean, it went really quick. Water was a little slow. We actually trucked in about 5 trucks of water just to get the water up into the shallow end. And by day 3, we were able to set the equipment. And morning of day 4, I showed everybody kind of how to set it. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys that whole video. But in a 3-day period, we went from walls formed to water in the pool, which is pretty cool. Most of our training will always focus on the monopores, but once a year or so, we will do a vinyl liner training for people looking to get into the entry-level pool business and DIYers. Obviously, you can save $20,000 to $30,000 DIYing one of those pools, which is pretty cool. But also, that's the margin, you know, that's in those pools if you do it right. So a lot of guys that have come through the training are starting in that, you know, in that realm of the pool business, because it's a really low barrier to entry. It's also fairly foolproof. Really hard to mess up a vinyl liner too bad. Whereas the monopores, the pucker factor is quite a bit higher. You do want that in your toolkit. Like one of our projects this fall is going to be a commercial pool, you know, an apartment pool, hotel pools. You really can't do vinyl liners in those pools. So it's really nice to, you know, have that in your repertoire. But anyway, so the next training that we'll probably have is probably late September to early, like first week of October. Just haven't looked quite at the dates yet. It will be a monopore. It'll be everything about our system is dialed in as we now have it. Very straightforward. We got a new trowel that creates a fillet edge on the bottom. And just also to get it ready for eco-finish or whatever waterproofing you have, it is the simplest. We have taken out so many steps from when we started to now. Obviously, we've made it work all the other ways, but we've got it so simplified that within about 2 days of the pour, you can be ready to apply finish, which is, you know, way better than it used to be. So as far as the upper end pools, I will say this: we always do vinyl liners. We'll have a half a day where we show you the nuts and bolts of a multi-part pour, all that. But anyway, next week I will bring you that video on the vinyl stairs, and I'll finish shooting it tomorrow probably as we drop the liner, and probably go, if we get the hydrant and fill it up quick, I'll show you, you know, operationally. Before I head out, I will be gone next weekend. Probably come to you guys live, because I'm actually going to be, you can kind of see this little drawing here. I'm actually in the very early design stages of our project for next summer. We have a pretty epic project. I'm not quite ready to kind of drop the ball on or show you guys, but I want to show you from the site what we're going to be doing. It is super cool. Probably be doing a little bit of training more on the house side. It's going to be all ICF. I'm not going to say light deck, but an ICF decking. Not sure what brand we're going to use yet, but floors, roof, everything concrete. It's going to be super, super cool. in an amazing, amazing location. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably announce it next week, and then I'll have a big video in a couple weeks about the whole project and what's going on there. Without further ado, though, I'm going to go ahead and bring you the highlights from this past training. Again, if you guys are, I got a lot of people still on the waiting list, and some new people have been reaching out to me on training for the fall. But likely, like I said, end of September, early October. And then we're also going to have one down in Alabama on the Gulf Coast. We're going to be building 2 monopores that we're going to be eco-finishing. And that'll be like in January. We're going to try to have one ready for finish and one ready for pour. It's going to be a little longer training, so kind of plan on a working vacation. If you're going to, it'll probably be a full week, just because the weather and everything down there is fairly unpredictable. And trying to squeeze it into a 3-day period is not going to likely work. So, but that one's going to be super, super cool. But that's later in the winter. So a lot of you guys that are wanting to get ready to rock and roll for this coming fall and winter season on the builds, you want to try to come to the one in September. But I will get you all those details in the coming weeks. In the meantime, check out this training vid.